Alright, so here we go. We're gonna die in the dungeon. Or maybe not. We're gonna play with the diamond today. The daemon, however you want to pronounce this dastardly fellow. And he's going to traipse through this dungeon once again and see if he can take down all the heroes that reside in here. On this map I have things kind of predetermined just to test out the mechanics again. So at the end you'll see that we've got the 3 different epic parties to defeat. In this game we're just going to play with them all as level, actually you know what, we're going to play with this one here as a special level 2. So this one here I'll put to the side. They will be all level 2 heroes on the corners, and everything else that we encounter is probably going to be level 1. Alright, so at the start of the game, just like before, we're going to pick our dice. We're going to set our time die to 20. And our ability die has nothing on it to start the game. And then we get to place these dice. So let's grab this D12. I'm going to put D12 under evasion today. D10, we will start off as our might. So might of 10, and then the D8 will be our health down here. D12, going to have as evasion, which means D10 there, and a D6 will be my magic. So I only get to pick one of each dice when I start the game. Other dice can be upgraded later on, but not at the beginning of the game. So let's get that set up. There we go. We've got everything set up for our stats. We're also going to start with one die minion, as we call them, and that's a bonus D6 die roll you can add to any roll at any point in the game by sending forth your minion to help you in that particular challenge. Alright, and here we go. So what do we do at the start of a turn? Well, we gain 1 ability point, so we gain that first ability point there. My minimum points I need to be able to activate an ability is 2, so 2, 3, or 4. Next thing we can do in the game is have an optional rest to lose time to gain health. I'm at full health and full time, so that's not necessary right now. And then I can proceed through the dungeon by spending my time. So I spend 1 time to travel somewhere in the dungeon. I could go straight to the end, but I could also explore first, risking my time factor in order to earn extra diamonds, minions that will help me to defeat the epic parties at the end of the game. So let's say I want to discover what's in this tile. I'll flip it over, and we have here battle magic. So the hero's might value is added to their magic value when determining their magic attack die. It's going to be a fighter and a wizard class character. So we're going to grab this fighter, we're going to grab this wizard, and they should both be level 1 heroes that I'll be fighting, because on the top of that card you see 1 for battle magic there. Alright, and so when we fight in a battle, these guys are going to be able to do attacks for might if they have a fighter, which is the swords, evasion or evade attack if they have a rogue, which they don't, and magic, which is the flame symbol if they have a wizard, which they do. So they're going to have a 4, a 5 value for their combat. So these are pretty weak guys. They roll a d6 for their might attack, and the only way they could beat my might of 10 is if they would have rolled their top value of 6. So that's a miss. But then they get to do a magic attack, which normally would be 6, but again with this one we add my might value to my magic attack. So instead of a 6 it's actually a 10, which means they can hit me on a roll as well. So they roll their magic attack, scored a 6, so that's a miss. So they did not hit me, and now I get to counterattack. I get to do my own attack against them, picking any stat that I like. So I'm going to roll my evasion die just because I want to. It's my big die. So I roll that. Against their evasion, I have a 2. Against their 3, so that is a miss, unless I used 2 evasion points to get myself up to 4. So we'll use that mechanic just to show you how that works. I modify this 2, turned it into a 4 to defeat their 3 total evasion points. So that means I get to destroy one of these cards. I'm going to destroy the wizard so that they can't benefit from this tile anymore. So now the warrior is down to a d4. They get to attack me. Rolling a d4 is always fun, but we'll give it a whirl. Whoops, a little too far. We rolled a 3, so that is a miss. Again, just a petty little human warrior trying to defeat a demon as mighty as me. He doesn't stand a chance. I'll roll my d12, and on my evasion I will hit, and so he's been defeated. So just the beginning of the dungeon, not too much danger there. I acquire this Diminion. I'm never going to pronounce that right. And that would be the end of my turn. Start of my next turn, I can spend a time to go to another open port in the dungeon. So I'm gonna skip this one here, and I'm gonna travel right to this one, and we're gonna encounter a thing that has might, and it has 4 warriors. So we're gonna take all these warrior piles here, throw them over. We'll just grab the whole stack. 1, 2, 3, 4 warriors, and you may have seen this battle in a prior video, but we're going to play through it again and show you how it works. So they're going to attack me. They're only going to attack with might this turn because they don't have a rogue and they don't have a wizard. So 4, 8, 12, 16, which means they get to roll a d20 because they have to roll a die that can at least hit the number of their combined stats. But not only that, because there is more than one of them, they get a bonus. For each warrior in the party beyond the first, their might and evasion rolls get +1. So when they roll a might attack, they get to add 1, 2, 3 more to the attack. So it's going to be a mighty attack. Oh, I forgot on the beginning of my turn I was supposed to roll get another ability point. Okay, so before they get to attack, I could say I want to shoot demonic fire at them and remove a non-warrior hero from the battle. Has to be used on my attack phase prior to rolling my attack, but it can be prior to them attacking me as well. So I could use up those two of my ability points and take out one of those warriors right now. We're going to do that to show you an example of how that works. So we use up my ability points, activate this ability here, demonic fire, and give this guy a little bit of flame, ejecting him completely from the battle. Sorry, dude. So now, when they establish their attack, they have 4, 8, 12. So they actually only get a d12 to attack with. So by doing that, I save myself potentially getting hurt. 12 plus 2. They're rolling for might. So they have rolled 11 plus 2 is 13, which does defeat my 10. So I am struck, and I lose either a might or a health. So I will lose the health point. Then I get to attack. So I've got only 10 might against their 12. That would be really hard to succeed against. I can attack with evasion or magic. Now, there's going to be battles where you're guaranteed to win because when you're fighting all warriors, they don't have magic at this level. When they get to level 2 or level 3, I'm going to be introducing magic, and that's going to represent them wearing magic equipment. But for now, in level 1, they're not going to have any magic. So they're going to roll I'm going to roll my d6 magic, and that's going to be a hit, and I kill one of these lovely warriors. Whoa. Sorry if I make you dizzy in this game. Alright, so now they get to attack me. They have a d8 now because they get downgraded one more time. They're losing power as I take out their ranks. And they still get a +1, so it's a d8 +1 for their might. They rolled a 7. I still have 10 might defense, so that is not a hit. So I take one more out with my magic, and this guy is gonzo. And then their final attack is a d4 only, but still a 25% chance of hitting if they had rolled a 4. They did not. So I'm gonna roll with my evasion die just because I can. 5 against 2. I've destroyed all of the warriors this time around. Alright, so it did that. Took down 4 warriors, only took 1 damage, so not bad for the diamond this time. And I grabbed this Diminion. Alright. Where am I going to go now? Well, I've used 1, 2. So at the beginning of my turn, I gain an ability point. Put that back there. I will. Not supposed to be there. I'm going to make my way to this one here. So I'll flip this over. And we found ourselves some healers. So healers are special. If a random hero roll is a cleric, re-roll. So if you see there on the bottom of the thing, again, this represents what are you going to fight in this particular tile. I found some healers. I'm going to take these guys down. First off, there are 3 healers to battle. So 1, 2, 3. They're all level 1s because the tile is a level 1 tile. But I have to roll a die. Go figure. In die in the dungeon, there are dice to roll. So this die here, if you look at it, represents a class die, and whatever you roll, you face off against. So if I roll this and I have an advanced class, then there's a special result for that. There's a special result where you just lose a heart for that. I've got to fix the writing on this one because basically this one has to have a companion, otherwise the cleric functionality doesn't work. So we're going to roll till we get a non-cleric. So we found a rogue. All right. So there we go. We have a rogue there. And so these are the guys taking place in this battle. Now the cleric says, for each cleric in the party beyond the first, I automatically lose an ability point at the start of combat. So I'm going to lose 2 ability points at the start of combat, and I cannot activate them in response. Alright, now they go to the rogue. The rogue only has 1 of them, so that doesn't apply. So we go to the attack phase. What happens in the attack phase? Well, the clerics actually don't attack. They protect other members of the party. So in order for me to kill this rogue, I'm going to have to kill all 3 of these clerics first. And the rogue is going to attack with their evasion. Now they've only got 4 evasion, but the cleric has 2, 4, 6 evasion, so 6 plus 4. They actually get to roll a d10 for their evasion die. Now, if they roll a 10, they're going to hit me regardless, but we'll see what happens. So we get 1 attack roll with evasion. That is a miss. So now I get to attack them, and I will attack. See, the thing with the clerics is they're across the board. See, 2, 4, 6 on everything. So no matter what I roll, they have a chance of defending. But my best opportunity lies in my d12. So I'm going to attack with my evasion against 2, 4, 6. I have to roll an 11 or 12 for that. Alright, let's see what happens. I've rolled a 4, so even if I added a bunch of modifiers, it would use up too much. I'm going to choose to have that as a miss. So now they get to attack me. Again, they only get to attack with a d8, so they have to roll an 8 to hit me. Or no, it was a d10. Either way, they miss, so now I'm attacking again with my evasion. I have a 6 against their 2, 4, 6, 10. So not quite enough, and I don't want to use points yet. So now they get to attack me. They miss. I get to attack them. Alright, 5. Not doing so well here. I'm going to have to speed this battle up here. They roll again. They miss. I roll again. There we go. There's a hit. So I have to take out a cleric. So as soon as I take one of these guys out, the rest of them become just a little bit easier. So sometimes it takes a minute to get the party weakened to the point where you can start really picking them off. Alright, so now they attack me. They've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now they only roll a d8 for their attack. They have missed. I will keep rolling my d12 for evasion. 8 against 2, 4. 8 is a miss, but I will use 1 evasion point to boost that die to a 9 and have a successful hit there. Alright, and I will take out another cleric as a result of that. Shabam! Now they get to attack again. They're down to a d6 now, but that's actually increasing their chances of hitting me. I'm backing them into a corner. They have rolled a 6. That is a hit. I have to lose either an evasion point or a health. I will lose the health. I attack back. Only a 3 against their combined total of 6. I'm not going to boost that. They're going to attack me. They've rolled a 6 again. Ooh, these guys are fighting hard. I will attack them. I have a 6 against their 6. It would cost me 1 more evasion to boost that up, which I will do, and take out this cleric. All the clerics are defeated. The rogue now gets to attack with a d4. We'll roll that. And they have rolled a 4. That's another hit. Do I want to keep taking damage, or do I want to lose an evasion? I'm going to take damage again. Alright. I'm going to roll my magic die because he has no defense against that. Sorry, these clerics were dead. So finishing off that party of healers with their little rogue buddy. So once I've done that, I will claim this Dominion. Hey, I said it right. And I'm in this part of the dungeon now. Alright. So I should have used 1, 2, 3 time now. I forgot to reduce my time last time. When we start off the next round, I will get back my 1 ability point. Can't activate any abilities with 1. And I will continue on through the dungeon. So I'll travel. I can travel over here to collect this Dominion, or I can start moving forward. I'm going to move forward, and I found a mage trap. Make a magic check. If the result is less than 8, you lose 2 health. You'll notice on the tile there, different from the last game, I added dice on the bottom just to add some more character to the tile there. So I'm going to roll a magic check. I only have a d6 on my magic check, which means no matter what, I'm going to lose 2 health. And even if I gave it a boost, so if I rolled a 6, and I could use up 3 magic to avoid losing 2 health, because I rolled a 4. And I have to get past an 8. Actually, no, I can't. I can't even stop the mage trap. So I take 2 damage. Woo. Those mages, they're sneaky. So see, I've been letting my health dwindle down instead of knocking down my evasion. And that trap is dangerous. If I find another trap like that and fail, I'm actually going to lose the game. So I'm on to the next round. I will gain an ability point. I'm up to 2. Can't do anything with that right now. And I will go forward in the dungeon. So I'm going to find a group of magic users. So 4 wizards level 1. I gain 2 magic. Because I gain the 2 magic first, so I can't go any higher than 6. And then it says if I'm at my maximum after gaining that, I then upgrade my die. So instead of rolling a d6 for magic, I now get to roll a d8 for magic. But I still keep my 6 stat because my stat doesn't change. That wouldn't change unless I got a tile like that again. Alright, set that down. Alright, but I now have to fight 4 wizards. Dun, 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 dun. This is going to be dangerous. So 1, 2, 3, 4. What's going to happen here? Well, when you fight 4 wizards, for each wizard in the party beyond the first, I lose 1 time at the start of combat. So these guys just drain me of 3 time. So I'm down to 14 time. And then they get to begin their attack. Now I could whip out my demonic fire and use up my 2 ability points, but I'm going to choose not to do that this time and use those for a different ability later in the game if I survive. So the wizards now get to roll their d20 to attack because they have 6, 12, and 12 is 24, which means the highest die they can roll is a 20. So they roll that die, and they've scored an 8. And they don't get any bonuses to that, not like the fighter, but if they hit with a 10 or higher, you lose time instead of health, which can be dangerous. Anyway, they hit me with an 8 against my 6 magic, so I am taking either a magic damage or a health. I will take the magic damage because I can't afford to lose much more health. So now I'm going to fight back. Now the great thing about fighting 4 wizards is they barely have any might or evade. They can sling spells but not much else. So both of those are the same. I have to roll a 4 to beat either of those, and I have a greater chance of rolling a 4 with my evade die that I maxed out. So I'm going to roll this d12, and I've got a 6, which does take out a wizard. I don't have to use any modifiers there. So wabamo, wizard is destroyed. Now they get to attack me again, but their die has gone down. 6, 12, 18, which means, no, they still get to roll the 20 because there's no way they could get an 18 without a 20. So they will roll their d20. That is a 15, which is a hit. But again, they have the magic bonus. So if they have a 10 or higher rolled on a successful magic attack, you lose a time instead of a health. So I will lose 1 time. And I can't avoid that by using up my magic because that's their special power. Alright, my attack. We're going to hit that d12 evade again. Shabam. Just dashing around these guys like mad. I take out another wizard. Now they get to attack again. They have a d12 now because they're down to just the 2 of them with their 6 value. So they roll, and they have an 8. That is a successful hit. It's less than 10, so I take a health or a magic damage. I'll take that magic damage, making me weaker and weaker to magic attacks over time. These heroes are sure whittling me down. Alright, but I will attack them back with my evade again. And I've rolled a 10, so I take down another wizard. There we go. Now the wizard gets to attack just a d6. That's still enough to hurt me. 4 against my 4. They needed a 5 to hit, but it was getting really close. So I managed to dodge that, and I only have to take him out with a 1. So let's finish him off with a roll of my might instead. Whoops, I got cocky there. 1 is a miss against a 1, so now he gets to attack me again. He attacks with his magic. A 4 against my 4 is a miss. I'm going to go might again, just because I missed. He attacks again. A 4. I'm going to actually roll this and see what happens. A 1. This is disastrous. This mage is dodging me left and right, but I'm dodging him left and right. What an attack. There we go. The wizard has been slain. I never did use any Dominions yet. Alright, so I'm going to claim this Dominion onto my board here and successfully defeat the magic tile. Alright, we're in a danger spot now. I'm at 13 time, which is fine, but I'm at only 2 health. So I'm going to sacrifice 1, 2, 3, 4 time to gain 1, 2, 3, 4 health at the beginning of this turn and gain my ability point as I begin my next turn trying to hunt down the heroes. Now I do have enough ability points now to do a demonic dash, which would gain me 2 time that I could use at any time, or I can wait and use my summon diamonds for +5 to die rolls in a turn, which is also very useful. So let's progress to my next tile. I'm going to lose a time down to 8 time, and I'm going to go forth. I'm going to try to slay these epic party members. So there we go. Remember, these ones are going to be level 2 epic parties, and my goal is to defeat the epic parties in this game. But right now I'm fighting 4 level 1s. So we'll just grab all of these guys, pop them over here in my area, and proceed with the round. Now again, I'm not going to use my power. I'm going to see how these guys fare. So when there's one of each of them, they don't get any of the top powers because there's no duplicate characters, but they do get all of these 4 powers on the bottom when they attack. So first off, they're going to get a might attack. So we look at the combined might of the group. We have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they get to roll a d8 against my 10 might. So it's not going to hit unless they roll an 8. So that was a miss. Then they're going to do an evasion attack, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, a d10. Oh, I didn't roll a d10 last time. So d10 for might, roll that again. And then a d10 for evade is a miss. And then they get a magic attack as well. 6, 7, 8, just a d8 for magic. And their magic result was a 2, so I managed to avoid all of that, just having enough stats left to dodge that, which is great. So I'm going to do my attack now. I will attack with my evade, I think, because they don't have a lot of evasion, so I'll roll my d12 evade die. And I hit with a 12, but I have to take out the cleric because their special power is clerics must be destroyed before any other party members. Now they get to go back and they still get all 3 attacks because I was not able to destroy any extra guys. So the warrior attacks for 4, 5, 6, 7, rolling a d8. They would need an 8 to hit. And then evasion, they have 4, 5, 6, 7. Got to roll a d8. Roll a 5, which is a miss against my 8. And then their magic, they get to roll a d6. Roll that die. A 6 is a hit. So I can take a magic damage or a health damage. I will take the health damage. Alright, now I attack again with my evasion. I got a 3 against their 6, 7 evasion. Oh, maybe that was a bad call. So I'd have to actually use 4 evasion to hit. But if I don't, they get 3 different attacks against me. I'm going to take the attacks. I don't want to use up all those points. So they're going to attack me again. 4, 5, 6, 7. They get to roll that d8 for might. It's a 2, which is a miss. They get to roll the d8 for evade, which is a 4, which is a miss. And then their d6 for magic again, which was a 1. So they missed. So now I attack back, roll my evade. I have a 5 against their 7. I'd have to use 3 evade points to take them down. I choose not to. They attack me again. Might is a miss. Evade is a miss. And magic is a 4. Oh, that's a miss too because I kept that stat there. Alright, time to take one of these guys out. Evade. There we go. 9. I'm going to take out the... Ooh, tough call here. I think I'm going to take out the wizard because I have low magic. There we go. Oh, gotta take out the whole pile of wizards there. Gone. So leaving these 2 guys, they're going to attack me. They have a d6 for both. So they roll their might attack is a miss, and their evade attack is a miss. So then I get to keep whamming. Shabam! 7 against 6. I destroy one of these guys. Let's take out the rogues. just be one there. Rogue has been defeated. Now the fighter attacks me. They get a d6. 5 against my 10, so that's a miss. And then I will smash him up. Let's roll my magic die. I still have I have a d8 for magic now, which is great. So the fighter gets killed. Again, this was the lowest form of Epic Party. It's just one of each basic class. And that's a mechanic that will probably change to Epic Parties being a minimum of level 2. But just still play testing the game, making sure I get this stuff right for you guys before I put it out to a real print and play for you to try. Alright, so we finished the first Epic Party, and we need to slay both of these. So first I have to lose a time and gain an ability point. So I'm up to 4 ability points, lose a time, and progress to my next tile. And here I can gain 2 time, 1, 2, and 2 health, 1, 2. Alright, that was a nice rest. And I'm also going to use up my 4 ability points. No. I'm going to use up 2 of my ability points, 1, 2, to gain 2 more time. Otherwise, because I gain an ability point each turn, but I can't get any more than 4, so it's nice to use them while I can. Alright, so we go into my next turn, and I quest forth to this Epic Party. I use up 1 more time, so my time is now down to 10. And we find an Epic Party. Now we're going to play these as level 2s. So I'm just going to grab all these stacks again, put them up here, and flip them all. Oops. Let's rewind time, and rewind time. I think I did. Oh. I got too many guys together. Alright. Here we go. We will just, actually maybe I'll put these guys up here and bring down 1 of each. So we have a level 2 fighter, a level 2 rogue, a level 2 wizard, and a level 2, not a level 4, level 2 cleric. So you'll see here each of their stats is a little bit more challenging now. So this is going to be a tougher battle for me. And the cleric gives them all a nice boost with their 4s, plus that defensive mechanism. Alright, so I have 2 ability points. I'm going to use them right away, so I'm down to no ability points, and fire some demonic fire, killing the only guy I can kill, which is the cleric, before things get messy. Alright, now they get their attack. They get to 6, 7, 8, 9, a 10, a d10 to attack with their might. They rolled a 5 against my 10, so that's a miss. So now they're evade. They have 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 6 is 18, so they get to roll a d20 for evade this time. And the rogue says if you roll a 15 or higher, they get another evade attack, so this could hurt. Let's see what we roll. They have scored a 14, which is not enough to re-attack, but a 14 evade attack is definitely a hit on me. So am I going to take a health damage? Yes, I am. And then the magic attack, 10, 11, so they get to roll a d12 for magic. They scored a 9. It's not a 10 or higher, so it's going to be a health or magic damage, my choosing. I will take the magic damage. Now I get to attack them. We can see here where can I get the best bang for my attack. I've got all these d6s, so I could use one of these die minions here. Let's say I want to use this d8 die minion to make sure I get a hit this turn, which I'm going to roll an extra d8 on top of my regular roll. And we're going to take down this wizard. So to take down the wizard, I'm still going to roll my highest die, which is agility, or evade. So I'm going to roll both of these dice, and I have to get higher than 8 plus 4 is 12. I have to get higher than 18. So you know what? I'm going to actually roll 1 more die, a d6. So I'm using up my die minions to help me in this combat here. So I roll all 3 of these at the same time and add it all together, and that's my attack roll. So I have 6 plus 4 is 10. I have 13 total attack value against their 14. Ooh, this might have been a bad move. 8 plus 6 is 14, plus 4 is 18. So I have 13 against their 14, or 13 against their 18. Let's smoke these guys. Let's use up this evasion, which means I will, again, 13 against their total of 18. I need to use 6 evasion points to make this happen. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Going all out, really want to take these guys down. So who am I going to take out? I want to kill this wizard, because my magic defense is not the greatest anymore. So now they get to attack with might. They've got a total combined might of 9, so they get to roll a d10. 7 against my 10, so that I'm too mighty for you, sorry. Now they get to roll their might, which is a d12 still. Ooh, they have an 8 against my 2 defense now, so I'm definitely a victim. I take a damage. Now I get to counterattack. I'm going to go magic attack now. So I still get a d8 even though I only have 3 magic. Roll that d8. All I have to do is not get a 1 and I can take one of these guys out. Take out the rogue. Now the warrior gets another strike. He's got a d6 against me. That's a miss, and I will roll my magic attack and finish off the level 2 fighter. So there we go. We have taken down this epic party. You know what? To make things interesting, this is going to be a level 3 party. We're going to go all out. But we're at the beginning of the next round, so I get an ability point back up to 1. And I have to use a time to progress through the dungeon. The question is, do I want more health? Yes. So I'm going to use 3 more time to get myself back to max health, and then use a time to travel to the end of the dungeon. Oh, it's not the end of the dungeon. There's another tile here. It's another rest. Gain 2 time and 2 health. So I might have too many of those in the game. That's why it's fun to play test. So gain 2 time and 2 health. I'm at max health, so nothing else happens there. Then I use another time to progress through the dungeon one more time to fight what we're going to say is now the level 3 epic party. So we're going to take all of these level 1 and 2 cards away and show you a more dangerous battle indeed. Just gotta find it here. I think I might have grouped them together. So we will search. There we go. So we'll take all 4 of these guys. This will be the epic party. We're just keeping them all 1 of each. It'll be actually more dangerous if you get 4 level 3 fighters, because they really feed off each other's strengths. But there is some dynamics to having 1 of each class as well, so it works both ways to try to beat down the boss. So you can see here, that one's a level 4, so we'll flip him over, level 3. So 3, 3, 3, 3. This is the most epic party I'm going to face in this particular dungeon map. I already used 2 of my Dominions, so I only have these 3 Dominions left. Okay, how's this battle going to start? Well, how many ability points do I have? I would have gained 1 more, so I have 2 ability points. I could fire off my demonic fire, knowing that these guys are probably going to trash me. So let's use my demonic fire and take out the cleric right away. Again, not every creature power has that. So when you're the bone troll or when you're the eye roller, you have different perks, but neither of them have demonic fire. So the diamond has that distinct advantage if he has enough ability points. So now we're down to 3 against 1, but they get their attack now, and I've used up all my ability points. I don't have any sneaky tricks. So they're going to attack with their warrior, which has 8 plus 4 is 12, 13. So they get to roll a d20 still, because you can't get a 13 on a d12. So you roll that die. Oh, that's a 20. I don't have any critical hits for 20s in this game yet, but that's absolutely a fun mechanic that I love in role-playing games, so it's something I'm considering. Regardless, the warrior is hit, but not only did the warrior hit, he hit with a 10 or higher, which means I take 1 additional damage. I'm taking 2 damage. So I can take 2 damage to my health or 2 damage to my might. I will take 2 damage to my health, so I can retain my might. Then the rogue attack has 12, plus 6 is 18, plus 6 is 24. They get to roll a d20. Roll that 20. Oh my goodness, we have it again. This party has got mad skills. So that is a hit. Now, if you hit with 15 or higher with a rogue, not only do you do your damage, you get to do another evasion attack. So first off, I have to lose either a health or an evasion point. I will lose a health because I only have 2 evasion points. And then they get to attack again. 2, so definitely a miss this time around. Whew, that could have happened a few times. And then the wizard gets to attack. So they have 10, plus 4 is 18. They get to roll a 20 as well. So I roll that d20 and got a 4, but I only have 3 magic right now, so I am going to take damage. We'll take health damage. So I'm at 4 health, and some of my other stats are really starting to dwindle. All right, my turn to attack though. What am I going to do? I think I'm going to have to invoke some Dominion powers here, because if we look, their total strength, magic, and evasion is all pretty high. So let's